So I just got in from celebrating my birthday, and I watched Ben Carson wax poetic about how immigrants at the bottom of slave ships wanted prosperity for their children. I think that Ben has probably been around so many people with different kinds of experience, i.e. conservative Republicans, that he thinks their experiences are his. Yes, they were at the bottom of cramped boats coming from Europe to here, and searching for a better life. Your ancestors were not. They were chained to the bottom of slave ships. And although they might not, I think they didn't have the same dreams. They dreamed, the people you hang around, the Bannons and the Trumps, their ancestors, their forefathers had dreams of a better life. They left where they were from in search of something better. Immigrants leave voluntarily. They hope to find something better. Slaves don't have a choice. And when they're chained at the bottom of the slave ships, they're not thinking of a better life for their children, not thinking of a better life for prosperity for their grandkids and grandkids. When those slaves, who were the kings and queens of Africa, who were the strongest among us, when they were chained at the bottom of those ships, all they thought about is, I hope I can get loose and slit one of these people's throat and grab the boat and go back to where I'm from. But it's amazing to me how you could equate immigrants with slavery. It wasn't. I guess you think that Sally Hemings was really in love with Thomas Jefferson. Just so we're clear, comparing immigrants to slaves is like saying that Jeffrey Dahmer's victims were dinner guests.
That was a terrible one at the end.
Hey,
but that was crazy. That was crazy.
Dia Higley broke it down. Like, thank you for your commentary, because Dr. Ben Carson, like, I guess he forgot everything from his primary years to him living in the projects. Like, I guess he pushed all that way back into his mind. I don't. It's called internalized white supremacy, and he identifies with the oppressor. And he doesn't identify with his own black identity because it's safe for him to live in that kind of false reality.
Oh.
Yeah. When you're in different upper echelons of society, you're not really around so many of, other black people. And so he identifies with majority of his colleagues, which are, white immigrants. So when they're having their conversations about the Holocaust or having their conversations about how their family migrated over here, it's a different conversation than the transatlantic slave trade, when we were chattel slavery, considered to be black gold, sold here throughout the Caribbean, throughout the Americas. And so that's kind of crazy for him to make that bold declaration like that. Like, bruh, like, who advised you on that? Like, that was crazy.
Sounds like you're describing it like he's a sellout.
Yeah, basically, yeah, he forgot as the more he climbed up in his industry, in medical school, he got whitewashed. That's what it is. He's been whitewashed.
Wow. Never want to forget where you come from, people.
That was the whole thing that they did with the Willie Lynch letter. That was the whole purpose of the breaking down of the black slave, is to whitewash and elevate, everything of white culture, ethos, art, culture, and to demonize and to vilify everything that is black. And so what essentially happens is that during that slave process, a lot of them internalize white supremacy, or they identify with the oppressor. So he identifies with his oppressor.
Wow. That's something.
It's sad.
Hope they're taking care of him. Hope they continue to take care of him.
Oh, he's not a threat. Oh, Ben. He thinks he's one of them, and he's really not.
Yeah, and
so
that's
you're
the crazy
like
part. When you actually get to a certain point in your life or situation, and you think that you have somehow transformed into, the other side, and the other side is they're looking at you like, no, you're not.
You're being tolerated.
You're still, we really don't like you like that.
They don't. Like, man, your skin color, I'm gonna tell you, when stuff hit the fan, you really, find a variant for, I won't say, all European groups are like that, but I've seen it even in my profession. Like, you still, a black girl, and like I've, experienced certain things. I've had certain things said to me, and I'm like, Are you serious? You know, at that time it was 2016. Like, it's 2016, and you think that's gonna fly?
Wow.
Like, are you serious? Like, did you hear what you just said? Like, but you don't think that's racist?
Wow.
And we're in a professional place, and then, you know, I professionally asserted myself. Like, I'm sorry, you got the right one today. And so now you're upset because I checked you on that. Sorry, that is very racist and very disrespectful.
Right.
Do not speak to me in that tone. Don't even address me in such a way. I know how to articulate myself, not have to curse you and make you get cut and know that you have disrespected and you've offended me. And so he wouldn't even be offended. Stuff is said all around him. He don't even catch it.
No.
You smart, book smart, but common sense, you're not the sharpest pencil in the bunch.
Wow, that is crazy. That is so crazy. Okay, so we have another clip. Let's check that one out.
Hood. Bye.
Is one of the places you will see the Black Widow, and he always keeps pepper spray and this baton on him in case he needs to help someone during an emergency. But he says fighting crime is just part of a bigger goal he's trying to accomplish.
So the key thing is just be yourself.
Whether he's running up a building or jumping over stairs, it's hard to ignore Norfolk's self-proclaimed Black Widow.
Everybody ready?
When he's not taking pictures with fans, the masked superhero is usually out honing in on his fighting skills or beating up bad guys.
I start fights in, some of the bars around here. I start car hijackings in, dormant areas. Monday of January 9th, I stopped a woman from being assaulted by a guy.
A trained black belt, he goes by the alias Matsuda Yuma. The Black Widow came to life 2 years ago after Yuma was bitten by a spider.
I'm just basically being myself. I'm just a regular guy in a suit.
The 20-year-old says he's no hero or a vigilante. He only wants to protect the place he calls home.
I'm here to, to provide and help out my community however possible, help out the homeless, make sure, nobody's doing anything wrong. And for the most part, teaching others to be free and be themselves.
But getting here hasn't been easy.
I was just bullied because I was different. I wasn't like everybody else. If you're different than them, then, you're pretty much outcasted.
When not saving the city, Yuma works in a restaurant and as a DJ. He hopes overcoming his daily fears will inspire you to find your inner power.
Don't let certain risks stop you from pursuing your dreams.
With all the attention he is now getting, the Black Widow hopes everyone really follows his message of being themselves. He says that's one of the best ways for us to all come together. In Norfolk, Brian Hill, News Story.
That was the reporter playing games with y'all, tricking y'all. That was him in that suit. That's what I believe, because
I'm going to say no shade, but I wouldn't show my nephew that clip because, this is what happened when kids have overactive imaginations and they really get stuck in that comic book and superhero phase. And, so now he has become his own superhero. I love the message. I think the message is phenomenal, how you inspire the youth, but
Spider-Man,
bullets ain't going to stop. Oh,
not at all. Let me see you. Real quick.
Norfolk,
take a bullet.
Virginia.
That is crazy.
20 years old.
He got bit by a spider.
How
ironic.
Spider-Man.
How ironic. We got to do better, people. What is going on in the world? Come on.
Adult-sized children.
My goodness.
I know he ain't got no girlfriend. Children. He 20 years old, around listen, when you 2 and 5 years old, that's cute, little Timmy. When you are 20, that's certifiable. You need to get paid for that and get a check for that.
Right. And if not, you're crazy. You're crazy. So,
wait, before we move on, we got the next clip. Now that baby, no, he ain't no black belt with no moves.
What was that running up the wall he was doing?
Girl,
what is that?
He Spider-Man.
What? Please. I'm just trying to figure out, since he did get bit by the where's his, his web, you know what I'm saying? It's been 2 years. You think it would have developed by now? No? He got the whole get up going on. I mean,
I'm still stuck on him black belt.
I'm stuck that he's just doing it, period. And he walk around with a baton.
But okay. I'm gonna stop.
What you want to say?
Do he got a bulletproof? Is that bulletproof?
No, it ain't bulletproof. Nothing about him is bulletproof.
Fool, you need to stop. You run up on the right person.
He gonna knock him out.
Boom. You talking about you bullet Spider-Man on this thing.
Goodness.
I got shot right here. It grazed me. If thanks to my... No, please don't. Y'all, don't do that.
Yeah, because that's dangerous. That's dangerous. You know, he said he's going around breaking up fights and stuff. He's
Stop
running into,
burning
like
us
you
up.
said, the right person, and it's gonna be a fight, all right. Black
real.
belt, we gonna see.
Right. So see what them hands gonna do in that little. I can't.
That's terrible. Don't play like that, because now you're playing with your life. Let's take a look at another clip, guys. Come on.
You have reached the voicemail box.
Had to stop writing you back. Too young for a fucking attachment. I'm like a biker with swag. Zippers on my jacket like I'm Michael Jackson. If you put a knife in my back, yeah, I promise it's gonna be the fucking last one. I make a hit every track. Every one I make, I say that I got one. Putting the X on the this your ex, you still tryna find I put the D in her back. Made a track about it, gave it the drum. The face on my rollie is black. I'ma flood it up whenever the time come. Most of my hoodies are black. I was trapping before I was a rapper. I got off my ass and I ran it up. That's some of my stash was $100. Now under the mattress got 100 tucked. Niggas need I tell her don't front and she back it up. These hundreds is lifting my mattress up. The wife in the thought that she acting up. Them niggas be fucking the package up. My jeans all mirror, I swag it up. I got the collection, I'm adding up. Bitch out in every I want you to see where I'm coming from. I want you to see ain't no one-on-ones. I want you to know I don't give a fuck. I picked up your bitch in a drop top. I want you to see her when I pull up.
Yeah, little bitch. Yeah. Come and suck a nigga dick, little bitch. What? My groupie love went skyrocket. Extra condoms in my side pocket. She came to the show with her man. She left with the gang while he was outside watching. I put that hoe in the lamb. I'm cutting through lanes. She calling me psychotic. I pour a 4 in a can. I'm trying to stay up off the drink, so I drive now. I pull up my jacket, it's Rick on. My neck freezing and my wrist slow. Your nigga look like a lick though. What's up with that pussy, your bitch though? They know I'm important. I ain't gotta holla. I tell my assistant to pick for me. They calling me Joe and my jeweler just made me some rings. I left for like 6 on me. Yeah. I hate the lies in the rumors. When are you guys gonna do it? Yeah. Reach for this rush, but you stupid. Please do not die over me. 110,000, they come by the hour. We pumped out of houses, you wasn't allowed it. Need a roller just to flood it with diamonds. Need a foreign that don't come with no mileage. Yeah. I got that bag and I ran through it. Come to the field, bitch, I'm Cam Newton. I bought a chocolate, that bitch gotta stand to it. I jump out the van, shoot. They throwing that down and they run up them bands too. I stand up the grams moving. 20 on diamonds and dance on the hand. I can't do it, bitch. Little bitch. Ha, bitch.
Get it, puppy.
Yeah, they just took him 17 minutes ago to the hospital. Yeah. There's skid me down here.
There's no traffic now. But yeah, they can shut it down.
We got the pain out.
We knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, it was like we was just waiting for it. I hate to say it, but it was like I was just waiting for him to crash, because it was just like that was it. How could it not happen? How could you not crash doing something so stupid? Like, what?
And that's why, I'm glad that they showed the effects of that. So these people be out here be driving crazy, want to race and do all this. Man, that was a young little brother too.
He was stupid. Did he die?
He had to. Man, all for the thrill of escaping death, and death called him.
Why would you even play like that though?
I don't know why these risk takers, like saying people be getting on them, bungee cords. It's just like an obsession of risk taking.
I would want to do that. I would
but
go
that,
bungee jumping. But I mean that I can't control the bungee jumping. You know what I'm saying? I expect for the people, I'm trusting them. Yeah, I am trusting them. You know what I'm saying? But deliberately putting myself in danger,
That's right.
that is crazy. Like, I don't even want to get a ticket, let alone, you know what I'm saying, get into an accident. Like, what?
At those speeds, like, you can't, I mean, you pressing brakes at that speed. Like,
you going,
man.
What?
Man, to his family, sorry for your loss. Condolences to you and your family for your little brother, cousin, son that took his own life recklessly. Like,
I'm sorry, I was watching you say that. He was like real thugged out.
Like, cause he had that music had me like, that music. Sometimes you had your ride music, and I be like, ooh, I'm like going to 85, 90. Let me. Sometimes the music can have you feeling some kind of way.
Why you know. The speakers. Can anyone explain to me why?
Cause dudes, you really had them 12s in the back. Yeah, cause they had a beat out. Dude. Now growing up down here, they be having them 10s and 12s in the car, and the car be like,
right. I thought they'd be in the trunk though.
Some people went, the old school. See, she's a real millennial. Listen, I'm an older millennial, and they used to have the beat out in the back seat like that.
Wow,
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, they had the little box in the back, the bigger. Oh man, they be having high amps. See, I even remember the language. Like, dudes, I had that beat out in the back. Boy, I got them 12 thing about the humming. See, he had.
And why? And so no one was gonna get in your back seat. You didn't expect for no passengers, huh?
I mean, I could put the back seat back, but it was like I could cover it up, but nobody normally rolls the back seats. I just let it down.
Excuse me.
18.
He got 18s, but he really had that. How can you hear? Like.
Wow.
Yeah, your ears be ringing. You be like, you can't hear nothing when you get out the car.
Okay.
They them wasn't them beat outs, them old box Chevys, a Capri Classic. That's the tweeters. Oh my God. Yup. Sorry.
I like how y'all are just, I'm like, what is going on?
I was like, wait, I'm an older millennial. I'm like, barely millennial. You are a real millennial. Once you're senior millennials, but yeah, whatever.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll learn about that one day.
Yeah.
Maybe not. We do have another clip we're going to check out. Let's see.
We begin with a story that has left a community in shock as a man is charged with murder after police say he decapitated his own mother.
18-year-old Oliver Funes Machado made his first court appearance today to face charges. And we do want to warn you, some of you may find the details of this story very disturbing. CBS North Carolina's Steve Sprasia is live at the Franklin County Detention Center with details. Steve.
When the suspect made his first court appearance here this morning, the judge minced no words, saying due to the severity of the incident, he was going to be held on no bond. Now, Machado is currently charged with first-degree murder, which means he could face the death penalty if he's convicted. In court today, he was surrounded by 10 deputies. The teen had cuts on his hand, cuts the deputies say that he received when they alleged that he beheaded his 35-year-old mother. Investigators claim that after the murder, he then called 911. And the deputies say when they arrived on scene, they claimed that he was holding his mother's head in one hand and a butcher knife in the other hand. Right now, investigators say they haven't figured out the motive.
Everybody need to pray for the family. Once again, it's tough for the family, it's tough for the neighborhood, it's tough for the community. This is something you don't see in this county, in this state every day, and it's going to be a long road for the family to try to deal with this horrific situation.
Investigators say there were 2 other children in the home at the time of the murders. They were unharmed. Those investigators say at this point they don't know what, if anything, those children may have witnessed. Reporting live from Franklin County, Steve Sprasia, CBS.
Why would you do something like that? I can't even imagine why one. I mean, I could possibly imagine why one. Not that, though. I mean, not that.
The only thing I can think of, quite possibly, is some untreated mental illness. And because a lot of times when you dig deep and you hear the story, you there's someone in clothed in their right mind, and all their faculties are working, and all their serotonin and all the levels. They're not going to be decapitating their parents' head
and then rolling it in.
Yeah, so definitely there has to be some type of form of disconnect. There's some type of form of a mental illness.
Do you think
it just reeks mental
possibly,
illness?
The mom, she was abusive. Or,
she could have been. Sometimes it's just anything triggers.
He didn't harm the kids. That's why I say I could think of that, even though that's not a valid excuse to do it.
But when you cut off a head and trophy and stuff like that, a lot of times, they're in a different mental realm. But that quite possibly could have been it. Sometimes the trigger.
Maybe that's.
Yeah,
maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. There's something going on because maybe she, did some crazy stuff. I don't know.
What was that movie when the little boy was dressing up like his mama? The killer was that Psycho? Bates, Norman Bates. You just don't know.
That was the name of the movie?
Well, that was the name of Psycho.
Okay.
Did I say Psycho?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, Psycho, Norman Bates.
Seen a little bit of that.
Yeah, some of that stuff be
that
be based on it. I'd be like, man,
and all that stuff like her. Yeah.
When you young, stuff. That's why I don't like scary movies. Now they don't make scary movies now like they did.
They used to.
Like in the late 70s, and I used to watch that as the girls in the early 80s and 90s. I was like,
That was real scary.
Man, that stuff was scary.
Now
Our mama and them was watching that stuff. How y'all could watch that Hellraiser and all that? Man, I had nightmares for months.
My goodness. Yeah, they don't make scary movies like they used to. Not
Thank goodness, because
no, but see, people
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that stuff is on real stuff.
Real.
That's why it was scary, because it was this stuff happened for real life. It's man, I ain't moving to Texas. Oh no, that one, all them people died in that movie.
What you mean?
Yeah, that and what was it, Carolyn? That one lady was the only one that lived. The one she always played she always plays I never watched. Was it Poltergeist? Everybody died. Yeah, except that one little lady. She always played like a witch or some type of She always played those kind of mystic kind of roles, even just in other stuff. But she was the only one. Wow. All of them died.
Nowadays movies just be like, I want to get scared, but then
I heard Get Out was scary. I heard people were saying they was getting them. A lot of people say it was scary. I gotta see this movie. I'm
telling you, it's
some
not
people
scary.
told me
it's more twisted than anything. It's just twisted.
It's more twisted.
Yeah.
So it's a psychological thriller type thing.
Yeah, and you honestly, have you heard anything about the racial thing?
Yeah, I heard it was racial undertones.
Honestly,
yeah.
that's kind of what you're gonna be thinking watching it. I was like,
I'm gonna watch Get Out. I'm not getting paid or anything like that, but I'm gonna watch Get Out though.
No, you can watch it. It's a good movie though. It was good. Okay. It was good. It was
you saw it twice?
No.
I thought you said you saw it twice.
No,
maybe because everybody. I know some people don't watch it 3 times because they said they had to go back and watch it again.
You do have to keep watching it
to learn.
Well, because what happened was I read something on Facebook that actually it let you know why this happened. That stuff you didn't pick up on.
Got you like the little footnotes.
Right.
Facebook, the new Google, give you footnotes on movies.
So but I wouldn't have went back and watched it even if I didn't read that. I wouldn't have just
went back.
It was like.
Seen it once, you're good.
Right.
Okay.
We got to start doing movie reviews. And
girl,
stuff.
I'm on that. Yes, we can do that.
Yeah. Did you watch 50 Shades?
Listen, see, the first one had me feeling all kind of ways. I don't know. I don't need to watch no 50 Shades Darker. See, no. Now I can watch it to be fine, but no, it was just. No, I didn't get to watch it yet. Because I remember I was pregnant, I was reading the book. I had to put that book down. I said, I don't need my baby feeling none of this.
Oh, wow.
Put the book. Girl, the books be more juicier than the movies.
Yeah, because it's more, they got to paint the picture for you.
I had to put that book down. I ain't pick it back up.
Okay.
Pineapples.
Okay.
I ain't pick it back up, y'all.
Okay. Well, do we have another clip right now? Let's talk about something else. Go ahead. Let's see.
Your father. Here's what I think of.
It's a heartbreaking love story that's going viral.
Love you.
Best-selling author Amy Krauss Rosenthal penning an emotionally charged article in the New York Times reflecting on 26 years of marriage as she faces the end of her life. The essay, titled "You May Want to Marry My Husband," explaining with love and humor that Amy, who has been battling ovarian cancer since 2015, wants to leave her adoring spouse Jason in loving hands. Writing, "I've never been on Tinder, Bumble, or eHarmony, but I'm going to create a general profile for Jason right here based on my experience of coexisting in the same house with him for like 9,490 days.
Amy is one of the most generous and kind people I have ever met. She did it as the ultimate gift.
Amy affectionately sums up the father of her 3 grown children with the details you would find on a dating site. He's 5'10", 160 pounds, with salt and pepper hair and hazel eyes, a sharp dresser, enjoys keeping in shape, and loves listening to live music. But the profile quickly becoming one final love letter to Jason. "I've been married to the most extraordinary man for 26 years. I was planning on at least another 26 together."
I knew the first time I met my husband that he was the one.
Amy even gave a TED Talk in 2010 where she talked about what she calls their fairy tale relationship.
We met in July. We were engaged in November.
While Amy says she wishes she had more time with Jason and her kids, she writes, "The most genuine gift I can hope for is that the right person reads this, finds Jason, and another love story begins." Words that her husband tells ABC News left him shocked at the beauty, slightly surprised, and of course, emotionally ripped apart.
And her husband also told us that, "I do not have the same aptitude for the written word, but if I did, I can assure you that my tale would be about the most epic love story, ours." And guys, this story is resonating with so many people. It's already been shared thousands of times.
I remember the moment I saw it online. You go straight through it, and you can't move afterwards.
Yeah.
And she actually has this incredibly generous thing, and she writes all these details about him, and then leaves this blank space in the column for the story that he'll write with his new love. It's just incredible.
Just the gamut of emotion when you read through that, and the power of love, how strong that is.
Your father.
That was sad. That was very sweet.
I am a hopeful romantic. So that kind of stuff, like teary-eyed to actually see people have unconditional love and to have a love that's pure, that uplifts, that edifies, that just speaks volumes, that she would go through that much just to make sure that he continues to be a recipient of love, you know, even though she knows she is dying. And so that she feels like, you know what, you're so amazing. I don't want you to grieve even after I leave this space. I want you to continue to move forward. And I want you to be in love and have love again. And she wants somebody else to experience it. Now that is going to be a hard shoes to fill for the next woman, you know, to connect with him, because the expectation, the bar is just so high. It's like, how do you, you know, follow such a beautiful fairy tale love story, a love that was just so raw and genuine. But what I think is so beautiful is that she and both her husband were able to experience that kind of love. Some people leave this earth and never have a genuine human connection. And I just think that is just so beautiful. And I need that link because I want to share that on my page. That is just so beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Like, it makes me hopeful because I always be like, you know, I want to have that. And I'd be fortunate to meet like older couples, and I always ask them their stories, and it'd be so funny when I'm thinking they done been together like 50 years, and sometimes people are like, I'm about older couple, golden age couples, and they're like, oh, we just got married, and I was married to this person 30-something years, and I met the love of my life. So sometimes you could be married to the wrong person, and go through years, and then later on in life you actually meet your life partner, your tailor-made, God tailor-made mate, and they live out the rest of their years together. So I just think love is just beautiful at any age and how you connect with people. So thank you for that being like our last clip. That was
very
just,
good.
You see, I went on like that kind of stuff. Like, I am a hopeful romantic. Like, have y'all googly eyes?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Don't worry.
It'll happen. We put it in the universe. I'm not getting any younger.
Just to say that.
But I'm not looking, though, you know.
Right.
I'm welcome. I welcome those rare divine encounters.
All right. All right. Okay. So overall, I do think we've had a great show tonight.
Yeah, we did.
We've had a great show. I'd like to thank Bombshell for stopping by. It was a pleasure having her on the show. And we look forward to seeing her and her family come back by another time.
I can't wait for that. Yes, it's going to be electrifying.
It's going to be very interesting. Them sisters going to come up here and sing.
Listen, Mother Betty Wright, I can't wait to meet her.
They're going to sing.
Oh, her and her daughter. Oh, yeah, her and Bombshell. Yeah, them some fiery sisters.
But her other sisters sing too.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, she said her sisters, they sing too.
I could believe it. They all got them pipes. I can't wait.
So we're gonna see what's in store for us with that one. But in the meantime, between time, it has been a pleasure sitting in front of you guys tonight.
Wait a minute. Before we go, why we get next week? You gotta make sure, like, did y'all talk about Jazz in the Gardens? I know I can't late. Did y'all talk about Jazz in the Gardens?
Bombshell mentioned it, but what do you want to say?
Listen, Jazz in the Gardens is back March 16th to the 17th. You got to check out the EMAC conference next week. And then you're also going to have the kickoff party, Rick Party. We're going to have A. Randolph in the band. We're going to have Eric Roberson. And listen, the Saturday, Betty Wright also going to be on the sound stage. So many people are going to be in South Florida. I'm telling y'all, this year it's really catering to the younger millennials, to younger folks, working professionals. So you guys need to come out, check out Jazz in the Gardens. I'm excited. I'm actually speaking at the EMAC conference. Right. So listen, y'all got to come and make sure you all go out and support. Go to jazzinthegardens.com for your tickets. They're almost sold out. Okay.
Yeah, because they do go fast.
Very fast.
Yeah, they do.
Don't wait to the last minute.
They planned last year to go this year.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, they do. As soon as them tickets drop, people are, and a lot of people don't know. A lot of out of towners come in by the droves to Jazz in the Gardens.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's a big thing. So, like I said, it has been a pleasure sitting in front of you guys tonight. We look forward to seeing you next Thursday at 8. I would like to thank you all for staying tuned with us. It has been a pleasure. I'd like to thank my beautiful co-host.
Thank you, Davi, the Wonder Twins.
I'd like to thank my crew here for putting on the show. Yeah. I'd like to thank University Miami Network for allowing us to be on this beautiful platform. I'd like to thank my entire Model Gang family. I'd like to thank the Wonder Twins family. I would like to thank the one and only Most High for allowing us to be here today and every other day.
Hello.
And I look forward. Do you have any thank yous?
Yes, I want to thank you to the Model Gang family, University Miami. Also, all our supporters, definitely the City of Miami Gardens, Cuff Design for rocking out my new Wonder Twins Cuff Design. And of course, and of course, Demi of the Wonder Twins. We love you. May you get stronger and strengthened. We are praying for you. We are loving on you even afar as you get stronger. That's it.
All right. So we look forward to seeing you guys next Thursday at 8. It has been a pleasure and good night.